remember in Halloween Resurrection when Busta Rhymes, he was playing this character named Freddie Harris, and he was like the co-director of this web series called Entertainment. Well, basically his character, right, he kicked Michael Myers straight through a window.
Look at me! Me? Huh?
And it just so happened, conveniently, that Michael Myers, he was wrapped up in a noose and he was just hanging there. You guys remember that? I like that movie. I would love to see Busta Rhymes in another horror movie. Busta, come back to horror. It's Zena, your best friend who loves horror, back in the horror library, and today, guys, I'm sharing my list of 3 horror movies with killer fight scenes. So let's go. First off, I want to start off with The Horde, aka La Horde from 2009. And this French horror, it starts off as a revenge film. A group of crooked policemen raid a condemned high-rise building located in an impoverished suburb of Paris because one of their own was killed by a notorious drug dealer. They storm the building with the intent of taking him down, but the operation is a failure and the team is captured. Suddenly, both sides are confronted by zombies. From there, they must forge an uneasy alliance to survive the undead attack. So the fight scene that stands out for me is the one with the female cop who goes up against a zombie. The energy is so high in this scene. Whenever I watch it, I find myself just screaming at the screen. Like, I feel like I'm there with them. Like, it was a brawl. The scene has high energy and it's very memorable. Next, I want to talk about the comedy horror slasher Motel Hell from 1980. Farmer Vincent Smith and his sister Ida run a motel attached to a farm where they capture unsuspecting travelers, bury them alive, fatten them up, and then harvest their bodies as ingredients for his famous brand of smoked meats. The scene between Sheriff Bruce Smith and Vincent, it is so insane. Regardless of the film's modest budget, the fight scene is awesome to watch. There's a chainsaw fight going on in a room with blood on the floor. There are body parts around, cleavers, chainsaws, and axes. It's pretty epic. Share this movie with your family, with your friends, share it with the world. If you're someone who loves oddball 80s slashers, please add this one to your list if you have not seen it. If you have seen it, just watch it again. It's good. And finally, the action-packed horror Dog Soldiers from 2002. The film follows a squad of soldiers fighting to survive an attack by a pack of werewolves during a military training exercise in the Scottish Highlands. Guys, there is a soldier that goes up against a werewolf and he is iconic. His name is Spoon. If you don't have a child and you are planning to have a child, name your child Spoon in honor of Neil Marshall's Dog Soldiers. Throughout the film, most of the fight scenes involve guns, but the fight that stands out for me is the one with the soldier. Spoon is just so iconic, okay? He goes up against a werewolf and I'm just so in love with it. It is just pure bloody and chaotic. The werewolf looks so awesome. Again, this guy went up against a werewolf. I would never go up against a werewolf. Would you go up against a werewolf? I love werewolf movies and this one is one of my absolute favorites. I feel like this movie is just perfect. I love the performances. I love the storyline. The camera work looks awesome. I feel like if you are claustrophobic, this one may creep you out. That's my list, guys. So let me know some of your favorite horror movies with killer fight scenes. And thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you next time. You guys remember in Halloween Resurrection when Busta Rhymes, he was playing this character named Freddie Harris and he was like the co-director of this web series called Entertainment. Well, basically his character, right, he kicked Michael Myers straight through a window.
Look at me! Me? Huh?